Hi, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Namaskaram, Vanakkam. Welcome to the Pon Sandhya Sangam Zoom show on this Sunday, 1st of December 2024. This is our episode number 114, and we propose to put up more shows as we go along. People don't live happily, they live with the hope of living happily hereafter, says our guest speaker this evening, Mr. Mohan Krishnan, joining from Chennai. Why does he say so? We'll get to know in a bit. Welcome to the show, Mohan. Well, as usual, begins the show with a prayer followed by the guest introduction. Thereafter, the guest speaker takes over on his complete. In his company, we'll have an open session wherein we can put our views, observations, comments, and feedback. And even ask questions with the guest both is happy to answer. And finally, we'll wrap it up with a summary and vote of thanks. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's kickstart the show. Coming up first is the prayer. To sing the prayer, we have Mrs. Shailaja Ramachandran joining us to sing this prayer for us. Shailaja, kindly unmute your microphone and go ahead. Unmute your mic, please. The mic is not, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Good evening. Yeah. அம்பா கருணை புரிவாய், ஜெகதம்பா கருணை புரிவாய், ஜெகதம்பா கருணை புரிவாய், அம்பா கருணை புரிவாய், ஜெகதம்பா கருணை புரிவாய். லம்போதரனை பெற்ற அம்பாபவானியே, லம்போதரனை பெற்ற அம்பாபவானியே, லலிதாம்பிகே அருள் கமலாம்பிகே, லலிதாம்பிகே அருள் கமலாம்பிகே, ஜகதம்பா கருணை புரிவாய், அம்பா கருணை புரிவாய், ஜெகதம்பா கருணை புரிவாய். தீராத கவலையும் நோய்வாதையும் தேவியுன்னை நினைத்து பாடி பணிந்திடுவோம். தீராத கவலையும் நோய்வாதையும் தனிய தேவியுன்னை நினைத்து பாடி பணிந்திடுவோம். நாராயணீ நலம் தாராய் தயாபரி, நாராயணீ நலம் தாராய் தயாபரி, நம்பும் அன்பர்களுக்கு என்றும் அருளும், நம்பும் அன்பர்களுக்கு என்றும் அருளும், ஜெகதம்பா கருணை புரிவாய், அம்பா கருணை புரிவாய், ஜெகதம்பா கருணை புரிவாய். Thank you.
Thank you, Shailaja, for the wonderful rendition of prayer song, giving a perfect start to the evening show. Moving on to the next segment, we get to the introduction of guest speaker. Well, Mohandas is not new to us. He has been with us for a very number of times, but still we have a procedure to follow, and also for the benefit of new joiners, introduction becomes necessary. This is Gauri Swaminathan do the honors. Gauri, madam, please go ahead.
Okay, but Mohan Krishnan, of course, is not new to us in this forum. He has spoken to us on very many occasions. Of course, it's my pleasure because I have introduced him once earlier. So I'm going to introduce him once again. Mr. Mohan Krishnan is a retired currency officer from RBI. He is presently settled in Chennai. He is a professional storyteller and he is a happiness coach. I mean, happiness and well-being coach. In fact, happiness coaches are really sought after by large organizations and all organizations in general, because organizations invest a lot in happiness coaching for their workforce because it gives them a myriad of benefits. In fact, the stress management for their employees and motivation of their employees. It results in increased productivity and increased creativity, and also, improved emotional well-being of the employees and improved retention, etc. So on the whole, it does a sea change as far as the workforce is concerned in terms of their well-being, and also the organizational well-being, organizational development as a whole. And so happiness coaches are really sought after. And so it's really our privilege to have him here to talk to us. In banking and economics, it helps him to narrate stories from commerce and industry. He had a spiritual education and a learned master's, and his grounding in the Indian heritage and culture is very strong, that he can narrate impactful stories of our heritage and culture as well as other cultures. And he is a movie buff, and he can actually enthrall us, with stories from the world of celluloid too. And he sings old Hindi songs. If he can entertain us with one song in one of his, sessions, it will be too good. So he sings old Hindi songs too. And he conducts Bhagavad Gita classes as well, online sessions. So we cannot actually wait to listen to such a versatile person, speak to us today on a in fact, I find this topic very interesting and very philosophical too. It's both to me. People do not live happily. They live with a hope to live happily hereafter. Actually, in a fairy tale like Cinderella, the prince and the princess, etc., we say they lived happily ever after. It is HEA. That's what they call it. The acronym happily ever after. So here it says happily hereafter. So it's always a hope that, you live happily hereafter, because happily ever after does not happen. The prince or the princess, the king or the queen, however rich one may be, it is not always happily forever after. It doesn't happen. Life also, it has got its own trials and tribulations. So he says people do not live happily. They live with a hope to live happily hereafter. So which means that we are all hoping to live happily. We all deserve to live happily. So we all hope for it. And in fact, Albert Einstein said, if you want to live a happy life, he said, tie it to a goal. Do not tie it, but tie it to a goal. And please do not tie it to people or things. So this is what Albert Einstein said. I do not know how practically possible it is. So, Sir, Mr. Mohan Krishnan, I welcome you to this forum 149 session today. And all of us are waiting to hear you talk to us about how to live happily and how to hope for living happily hereafter. Thank you very much, sir. Over to you.
Thank you, Gauri Madam, for the wonderful introduction. In fact, Mohan, every time he has been on the show, he has always come up with a mind-blowing and thought-provoking topic. This evening is no new to us. It's no different. And I'm sure that after hearing Mohan's, we'll all learn to live happily hereafter.
Yes.
And it's time for the guest speaker to take over, ladies and gentlemen. As usual, we'll all have the mic in mute status so that we don't disturb the speaker. On his complete, we'll have an open session. Mohan, the floor is all yours now.
Thank you, Subbu. ধন্যবাদ, নমস্কার, খুব ভালো লাগছে। The Bengali taste never goes away.
Yes.
রসগোল্লা মিষ্টি দই never goes away. খুব ভালো লাগছে আপনাদের সঙ্গে আলাপ করতে। আর আজকের বক্তৃতা কথাটা আমার ভালো লাগে না। So it's not going to be a lecture. So it's going to be a thought sharing process.
Maybe leave it to the political party to give lecture.
বক্তৃতা is for Rajniti. So we will not do bhaktita, we will do what is called thought sharing. See, in fact, when Subbu said, Mohan, come and speak, at the end of the session, we will learn to live happily. That means you are not happy now. That is the problem. $1 million problem. See, every day we receive telephone calls and we exchange ideas. We ask somebody in Bangla, like typical. I typically Bengali. I have a lot of friends in Kolkata. I ask somebody, Kire, ki khobor? How are you? What's his reply? Kono rokom chole jacche re. Okay? Like Hindi में बोले तो जुगाड़ में चलता है. तमिल में बोले तो ये दो और इंटर सर. And we are excellent in translating all this into English. Pulling on, going on, somehow managing. I'm yet to find a fellow who says, fine. I'm yet to find a fellow who says, majama. So, is the mic not all right? Samsung SM is pointing out to something. You can put it in the chat box. Yeah.
It's okay, sir. It's fine.
It's okay?
Yeah, we can hear.
Yeah. So, very often what we do, that means, as of now, I'm not okay. My happiness, like Einstein said, don't link it to people. So Einstein should have kept his wisdom to science, and he should not have come into this area. Now, how can you tie it to a goal without tying to a people? In fact, our happiness is incumbent upon the happening or non-happening of a certain event, the happening or not happening of my achieving something in life, the happening or not happening of establishing relationships, making money. We are always in a pursuit of achievement orientation. And since the time we had this Macaulay's system into Indian education, it says you are somebody only when you become somebody. In Hindi, they will say, Are kuch layak bano. In Tamil, they will say, Naalaka somebody ga tuppula. Kire, ei rokom katiye debi naki jibon. That means as of now, things are not okay. You have to do something and become what? A better version of myself. So therefore, there is a drive. All is not okay now. I am in square A. When I move to square B, I will be perhaps happier. Then I move to square B. Having moved to square B, I found square A was a lot better. Ask many married guys, I asked a fellow married for 1 year, Kire, কেমন আছিস? জিজ্ঞেস করবেন না দাদা, ওই আগে খুব ভালো ছিল। When I was a bachelor, things was fine. বিয়ে করে যা তা অবস্থা। That is, I'm in square A to B, then A is better. And then we studied this management stuff. Who was that fellow who gave me a management chart and said, first, there are basic needs to be fulfilled. So till you fill the basic needs, you're not happy. Then after you fill the basic needs, no happy? No. You have to fulfill your emotional needs. The basic needs, security needs. Then you have to fulfill your emotional needs. Happy? No. You have to feel your self-esteem needs. Then you have to feel public esteem needs. फिर उसके बाद क्या झुमका गिरा रे? You go to self-actualization needs. And by the time you're old and haggard and teeth have fallen off, your health is bad, your insurance is not enough to pay for your medical bills. So you have come to a conclusion, what a foolish life I have led. Where is this elusive happiness? Is it constantly dependent upon Is it incumbent upon on the happening or non-happening of it? Is it hooked to something for me to discover the happy person in myself? This is the question. Okay. The answer is not available anywhere else except in one tradition, and that is called the Vedic tradition. There is a beautiful song, a Tamil song. இருக்கும் இடத்தை விட்டு இல்லாத இடம் தேடி எங்கெங்கோ அலைகிறான் ஞான தங்கமே. Okay, so there is, like I said, இருக்கும் இடத்தை விட்டு இல்லாத இடம் தேடி எங்கெங்கோ அலைகிறான் ஞான தங்கமே. That means I am searching for something in a place where it is not available in the first place. So let me tell you a nice story. So in this Kumbakonam, you have this Mamangam once in 12 years. So there was a guy who was not from Kumbakonam. He got married into a family in Kumbakonam. And the family said, please come to Kumbakonam. We will, during Mamangam time. So he went there to his father-in-law's house. And then he went to have that holy dip in that Mamangam tank. While having a dip, his ring, which his father-in-law had given him, fell off. The rush was heavy. They were elbowing him all over the place. So this fellow decided that rather than look for that ring in that particular tank, he will go look for it in a nearby tank where there is less crowd. So he started looking for that. Seeing him search, his father-in-law said, what are you searching for, Jamai Babu? Then he said, I am searching for my ring. So where did you lose it? In that tank. Why are you searching here? Because the crowd is less. So the father-in-law also joined. The mother-in-law also joined. Okay. The sister's husband also joined. His wife joined. His brother joined. They sent a telegram. His whole family joined. Do you think they will ever find the ring? You lose it in some place and you're searching for it in place. If being happy were incumbent upon a happening of an event, then everybody should be uniformly happy. I get a job. Okay? Everybody in the family is happy. Mohan has got a job, Mohan has got a job, Mohan has got a job. Then they read through the appointment letter. The posting is in Delhi. Okay? Everybody is now unhappy. How will he live alone there? If he lived in Kolkata, then expenses will be less. Now for setting up one more establishment there, see, the letter which produces happiness should produce uniformly happiness to everybody. It doesn't happen. So that means the situation cannot make people universally happy. Okay. Situation. Okay. If it is in an object, let's say it's in an object. So what is the object? Yeah, a new iPhone. So you get the iPhone. You bring it home. You are so happy. Next moment you find your old charger doesn't work on this. What happens to your happiness? Gone. You have to write to the company. Is the charger not included? No, sir. You have to pay 1,999 rupees. So, chalo mil gaya. Then you have your headphone. Sorry, sir. The old headphone jack won't fit into the new. You have to get one more. That's about 1,999 rupees. What about the old cover? It won't fit. What about the old? Can I peel it off on the old one and peel its face? No, sir. So while it produces a lot of joy, it also produces a lot of attendant problems. So event cannot make me happy, totally happy. It does make me happy. Does not make me totally happy. Objects do not make me totally happy. People, do they make me happy? Yes, they make me happy. That is, the coming of some people make me happy. The going away of some people make me happy. Okay. The coming of a wife makes me happy, but doesn't make my mother very happy. The birth of a child makes me happy. If there are too many girls, somebody is not very happy. See, everything seems to be here. Interpretation of what's happening around me. Some people say, sir, give me all the money, I'll be very happy. Hey, right now we don't have money, so nobody calls us. Have some money in hand. There'll be everybody calling you, sir. Do you want to invest in my scheme? Do you want to invest in my scheme? Then all your, what happens? FedEx, parcel, digital arrest, everything will start taking place. So money, the fellow who is moneyed, where does he want to put the money? He wants to put it in securities, because money by itself is not security, is insecure. So you have to put it in securities. You have to put it in high yielding securities. If you put it in high yielding securities, the chances of losses are high. Risk is high. If you put in liquidity oriented securities, no interest. Or 1%, you have to pay more for somebody else to hold your money. So money doesn't give, I will not say doesn't give happiness. I'll say, before you say money doesn't give happiness, make a lot of it first. Okay. So money doesn't seem to give you total happiness. Events don't give you total happiness. Relationships don't give you total happiness. Okay, let's go into the system. Does it come from the heart? Is it something secreted from the heart? Is it something that is secreted from your liver or from your pancreas or something in the system? If it is secreted from your heart, you should never have a heart attack. If it is secreted, wrong. If it's from the pancreas, it should depend upon the happening of it. Therefore, I have to share with you one more. To be sweet. So it went and met some sweets. Please check my horoscope. Am I running Shani Dasha? Am I running Moon Dasha? Everybody talks about Shani Dasha. The worst hour is Chandra Dasha. 10 years of being tossed around. Up in the morning, down in the afternoon. I am running through Chandra Dasha. I am running through Shani Dasha. That too, Ashtamash. So this sweet in me. I want to be sweet, sir. Please check my horoscope. Sugar Cube said, you want to be sweet in the morning or in the evening or the afternoon? He said, sir, what is this morning, evening? I want to be sweet throughout the day. You want to be sweet inside the bar and the sweet dabba. Again, what a rubbish question. Do you want to be sweet compared with green chilies, red chili, avakai made in Vijayanagaram, Vijayawada? You want to be sweet compared with that? No, sir, I want to be sweet. In which case, there is only one option available to you. You are already sweet, but you are missing that sweetness. Lost. You are looking for that sweetness on the happening or non-happening of an event. All you have to do is to disassociate yourself from the events and learn to look at the happy person, the pleased person, here and now, not tomorrow, not day after, not yesterday, here and now. Okay. So let's analyze this a little bit. Okay. Let's analyze this. Because all of us are convinced at the end of the day, they'll say, are you happy? They'll say, after I listen to the recording, I will be happy. See, this won't go away from us. Sir, एक बार recording আমি একবার শুনবো তারপরে ঠিক করব আমি আনন্দ কিনা so objects events, relationships, money, success in life, name, fame, all of them give me an element of happiness. There is no denial at all. Don't be foolish enough to say they don't give me happiness. They do give me happiness. In the presence of objects, events, people, situations of my choice, I do find resolve here. Something happens here. We'll see what happens. Something happens. I am resolved. I am no longer happy for that moment. Now called Vishaya Ananda. That means happiness dependent on and produced by Vishaya, things outside me. Vishaya. Vishaya Ananda. Vishaya. It is coming like Narayana saying Narayana, 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 somebody on the while. So it is called Priya Moda Pramoda. Happiness. So you are thinking about an object of desire and you just find your afford it. And happiness is produced. It's called thought the object, and the thought that you will be owning this object makes you happy enough. Now you have got the object, paid for it, and for delivery or whatever. It's called moda. You are actually enjoying the moda. Priya, moda, pramoda. You've heard of this English expression? There is many a slip betwixt the cup and the lip. So between Priya and Moda, there is a lot of problems. So do not at that time. Okay. Rahu can play hell during the period. But with Moda and Pramoda, further problems can come. Yeah, you looked for Malpova from Odisha, it has come and somebody says your diabetes is 300 plus. Oh yeah, Malpova, you will smell it now. So between Priya and Moda, the obstacle. There is a Moda, Pramoda, there is an obstacle. All these are called Pratibandakas, obstacles. And when Pratibandakas abound, you can Vishya is dependent upon the object, appropriate situation, more dependent on your mental state. You are now enjoying the best of things you want. You really wanted something, you have got it now. Yes. The car which you parked outside, one mangai has fallen and your windshield has cracked. Can you enjoy the Pramoda? All the Pramoda export gone. There is a cyclone going in Chennai. One branch has fallen your car. What Pramoda you will have? Even please take Garuda, go home, come tomorrow. Or if you have a friend, see somebody who can get my windshield, okay. So between Priya, Moda, Pramoda, there is a problem. These are called Pratibandaka. These Pratibandaka, threefold Pratibandaka. One Bandaka is Dukha, Dukha Mishra Tattvam. That means whatever it will happy side, it will also have a flip side. It will also have flips. Like for instance, you know, there's a very beautiful Hindi song. समझे साथ देगा सुहाना गम खुली जो नजर तो तना खड़े हैं हम. Sukha and Dukha. You expected a lot of joy, but you did not even get a blue tick on your WhatsApp message. So Sukha Dukha Mishritat. Second, Atripti karam. You will never ever get 100% satisfaction. There are so many of us in Bengal who have gone to Darjeeling to see the sunrise in Japan. On the day you go, the sun will not rise. Okay. The people who Mount Kailash, I mean, what the Kailash, no reflection on anybody, but there are people who have gone there to Kailasha, and one person came and told me, I said, what did you see there? They say, we saw the celestials come to have bath there. You go to Kailasha to see celestials have a bath? You look at the mixed up goals, So suppose, another person says, I did not see celestials, this fellow is unhappy. So, Sukha Dukkha Mishritatvam, Atripti Karam, the third one is called Bandi Karam. It is addictive. You want to have the same happiness again and again and again and again. It goes on. It's a cycle. This is Chakkar. And these three put together, you are in a Chakkar called Samsara. You are in a Chakkar called Samsara. The reality is, if you are in Samsara, you will keep looking for happiness. It's like that proverbial carrot on the hanging on the stick. You move towards the carrot moves that much distance away. Move faster, the carrot moves even faster. That is called looking for happiness hereafter. And what has happened is all these mythology, these stories, particularly Cinderella and Company, Mills and Bones, all of them have said on the first page you are never happy. Only in the last page you will be happy hereafter. Okay, Shubham. So that means you'll have to finish 300 pages and you will become happy. Thank God Bengali cinema broke this prototype. Bengali cinema, you are never happy hereafter. Invariably, Uttam Kumar will not get happy, will get to marry the heroine or something like that. Bengali cinema, little different. Unlike Tamil cinemas. Okay, so this happens. Now, let us analyze this a little more. Let's understand this a little more. See, why am I not happy now? Why am I not happy as of now? What is my problem? This is called a fundamental problem. One has to analyze this fundamental problem. I am a conscious being. I am conscious of so many things. I am conscious of my own self. And when I look at myself, what I find is not good enough. It is good, all right, but it is not good enough. I wish my nose were a little straighter. Okay. I wish I did not have ears, flappy ears. I wish I had more hair on the head. The fellow who has more hair on the head, he has no hair on the head, but he will have a lot of hair on his ears. I wish I didn't gray so early. I wish I went so short. I wish I were not too tall. Height is a problem. And in India, complexion is a huge problem. See, looking on your complex about the complexion, a company called Fair and Lovely became so rich. They told you that you apply Fair and Lovely, you will become fair and you will get married. Not enough, they went after the men. They said you apply, you will become fair and handsome. But what will I do if I am already married to a dark lady? So, just playing on your complexion, the complex about the complexion, see somebody else. Based on your complex about the formation of your teeth, people have started dental places. There's a company here called Dental Places. The other day I read it at Dental Palace because it was a place. Now it is 4-storied structure for palace. Just because your teeth are crooked and you don't like it. On your complex. So when I look at myself, I am not acceptable to myself. And when I am not acceptable to myself, I want to do something so that I become acceptable to myself. So either it is a makeup, or it is achieving something, it is acquiring something, giving up something, getting into a relationship, making more money, getting a label. There is a very big social organization which tells, for the sake of honor award. You pay 5 lakh rupees, they will call you in a function and they'll give you an award. It makes you feel good. I'm a member, I've been awarded with these things. And look at the complex about the human being. You are not happy being member of the human race. You say, I am district governor of lions. Do the lions agree that you are the district governor? You want to be lion. Yeah, why don't you have a company called Monkeys and then join that organization? No, because monkey means complex. Look at the complexes we have. Just as you have a lions, I'm sorry, no reflection on any lion here. Suppose there is a lions club. I want to start a monkeys club. Will you join? And we are all proudly saying we have descended from the monkeys. I will make you district governor of the monkey of the tree in which you first originally landed. Are you interested? A lions club. And the lion is okay, in whichever way it is. But you are not happy. You want to call yourself a lion. And look at that self non-acceptability. So not acceptable as I am. I want to change. Now, if this is my feeling. Now, what do my friends and my family and people around me say? Do they come and tell me, no, you are good as you are? Do they tell you, hey, you are a fine thing, man. You don't have to achieve anything at all. Do they tell you? Right from day one, somebody tells me, you have to work, you have to earn, you have to be somebody. Only then somebody will respect you. So I am programmed from day one. I am no good. You confirm I am no good. And you send me on a trip. There are not couple of other faiths. There are a number of faiths, including our own Veda. Some of our Vedic groups, which tell you have no hope here. You have no hope. You have to die, go to Swarga Loga, and there you will enjoy. One fellow says you have to go, I will give you bread. I get lots of bread in our Padar Dukan here, bread. In Bengal, outside my house, this gives me pav bread. I have to go to heaven to have bread and wine. Another fellows, you come here, I will give you dates and things like that. A fellow comes here, tells me, you come here, you put it and Nadiyanna. Nobody tells me stay where you are and you are happy. Only I am reinforced. My inadequacy is reinforced. And I am an wild goose chase. I never seem to find it. Till one day, I find the Guru Sugar Cube. The Guru Sugar Cube comes and says, whether you go to heaven, whether you go to Vaikuntha, if you have not discovered the sweetness in you here, in Vaikuntha you will go and you will ask Mahavishnu, give me some sweetness. And Mahavishnu, as it is a very sad fellow there, because every fellow comes and asks me, give me some sweetness. He says, even up there in Brahmaloka, you will feel that inadequacy there also. Jo yaha, wahi waha. No change at all. So therefore, we change our focus. We change our paradigm. And look at another section of our Vedic tradition, which presents a totally different picture. It says, beautifully it says, Tat Tvam Asi. That sweetness which you wanted to be, you want to become, you are. My word, is it so? Is it yes? And this does not come to you by a process of change. Because when you change, you can always change back. Any change is finite. It comes from the knowledge that you were never small in the first place. It comes from knowledge. And that you did not have knowledge means you are in ajnana. And the antidote for ajnana is jnana. Not standing on your head, not going to Mount Kailash, not going to Vaikuntha, not going astral travel. The antidote for knowledge, ignorance is knowledge. He said you only have to know and see yourself appropriately. You are now seeing yourself through other lenses. And those lenses will also always give you are looking at yourself through a keyhole. You have to learn to look at yourself with your jnana chakshu. Jnana chakshu is insight. Krishna tells Arjuna, jnana chakshu dadami. I am giving you insight to look into yourself. So tat tvam asi. Then it gives you the process of discovery. How do you discover? Chapter 2, Bhagavad Gita, he says, Atmani eva atmana tushtaha san. Once you discover the happy person that you are, prajahati sarvan kaman manogatan. Your wasteful search for yourself outside will drop off. You discover yourself. Do I need wealth after that? Oh yeah, I need them. I need them not to be happy, but to be comfortable. See, the entire paradigm has changed. I want money not so that I can be happy. I want money so that I can live in comfort. I can do dhanam. I can do a lot of paropakara. Do you want name, fame? Yes, I want name and fame so that people recognize and at least value my words and I can bring about change. Not for the sake of discovering the happy person in me. So far, my pursuit has been for the sake of happiness. Insightfully, I discover that my activity in the world outside is no longer for the sake of happiness, it is out of happiness. Hey, why do you function? Happy, therefore I am. So, a telephone calls to such a person. Kire, kemun achish? How are you? Bhalo, I'm fine. Sob bhalo to? He said, yes, sob bhalo. Only yesterday the stock market fell and all my assets are gone. Then what happened? My son, he's ended up marrying a person from a different religion and then they are no longer in touch with me. What about your old house? That another son has taken it away, filed a case and then the court has awarded him. I have nothing today. But then how are you? I am Majama. What a person. Kuch bhi ho jaye, you will not shake me. Because I am Atmani eva Atmana Tushtaha. I am rooted in myself. Outside things can happen. I can handle it. It is not going to affect. They don't run my life. Okay. So they say there was a rich man and his ship has his morning telex. Somebody calls and says, "Sir, the ship in which all your goods were sailing sunk off the coast of Arabian Sea, of our coast of Africa in Arabian Sea." He says, "What?" Then he says, "So what?" "Sir, your entire family is gone." "What?" "So what?" Happiness is the gap between what and so what. When you say what, is it that you have not heard it properly? We have heard it properly, but we have not accepted the reality. When you say so what, the reality is well assimilated. Very often people come and tell me, "You look so young. Makes me very happy because my age is not acceptable to me. So what is the reality when somebody says you look so young? They are implying that you are very old. Okay? Yeah, your hair looks totally black, implying that perhaps you are dying. D-Y-E-I-N-G. Okay. So, hey, you look so beautiful. That means the fact is I'm not beautiful, is it? So we are looking for appearances, images. It says learn to look beyond the image. It is insight. Yeah, image means I don't have to take anything off. You have to just to learn to look at the just insightfully look. Okay, let's give me a very, very practical example. Let's all try this exercise. Now, please write down, or even you don't have to even write down, even think of a few problems you have, which if I solve today, you will be happy. Somebody is not well, or I am not well. I have some money due, it has not come. My tenant has not vacated my house and not paid rent also. And now a new law has come. If 12 years he stays and original owner is not identified, property will be his. My grandfather did not leave a will. Gone. All your Ananda is gone now, even as I am saying all this. Okay, you have all these problems. Okay, on the one side. Now listen to this nice story. Okay, there was a doctor who went abroad for training. And he learned that even as you enter his clinic, one look at you, he will find out what's your problem and treat you. He went through this training. He was so thrilled that he sent his assistant also. Assistant those days, we have to have somebody called compounder. Now the compounder is not there at all. The compounder was a better doctor than the doctor himself. So there was to be a compounder. All of us in Kolkata, our Manida and all of us, Janak Road, there used to be one Dr. Shen. There used to be a compounder. He used to give better mixture than Shen himself. Okay. So there used to be a compounder. So the doctor sent a compounder also for training. Then the compounder and doctors are so well trained. That is, even as you walk into the chamber, the doctor will find out what's your problem and treat you and will get you ready for treatment. So one fellow comes into the doctor's chamber and says, Doctor, I have a headache. The compounder says, take off your clothes, wear this and lie down. He says, sir, headache, sir. He says, no. Even looking at you, I can give you solutions. Please go to the anteroom. So he goes to the next room. There are 20 people lying down there. So he tells the man next to him, sir, see, I have come with a headache. This doctor, see what he has done to me. That fellow says, you are lucky, man. I have come to deliver pizza from Swiggy and see what has happened to me. Are you all not laughing? Has any problem been solved? Has your tenant vacated your flat? Has any illness gone away? Don't you discover the happy person in you? When you are laughing, are you not seeing the pleased self in you? This is proof enough that to be happy, you don't need Vishaya. Vishaya is helpful. But if you want to real happiness, you want to discover, that happiness is called Atma Ananda. Sfuranam. Atma Ananda. Atma Ananda is not Vishaya dependent. Atma Ananda does not have this Priya Moda Pramoda predicament. It is your very nature. Just as the fire cannot be fire without heat. Just as the water cannot be water without sapidity. One cannot be a human jiva without ananda. This discovery of yourself. I am okay as I am now. This is the teaching of our Vedic tradition. This is the beauty of the Vedic tradition. We have to understand this Vedic tradition. And we also have to understand why people are out to destroy this tradition. Till you understand, no, our Sanatana Dharma goal is not fulfilled. When you discover that you are happy by yourself, somebody comes and tells you, come, I will take you to heaven so that you can be happy. Will you go after that fellow? Dal roti band. His dal roti is gone. Another fellow says, come to Kailasha, we will discover happiness. No, sir, I am pakka okay. I am okay in Kosba without power cut. I am happy as I am. Fine, perfectly okay. Happy person discovered. Therefore, once you are happy, you are truly free. Free from depending upon any, forget upon Vishaya. You are no longer dependent upon Ishvara for your happiness. Hey, what a state. Ishvara, Krishna says, you want my company? No, no, I am perfectly okay. You go meet and those people who you don't, who look for you, I am okay. With you or without you, I am perfectly okay. But this discovery is a growing up process. It doesn't happen overnight. So the Vedic tradition comes in, prepares me, gives me that, it calls, I use the word which my teacher uses, the inner leisure, the space here to be able to understand, appreciate, and own up this knowledge. And that is a 4-step process. The first step is Karma Yoga. I do Karma Yoga. I do Karma with a different attitude altogether. I earn, I achieve, I go after name and fame, but I follow a certain, with a different attitude. What is the attitude? My karma is an offering to my altar, my Ishvara. It's an offering. So once I go into that, I go to level 2. Once it's an offering, hey, let's say, you are going for some puja and you have paid for 1008 Vadamala, okay, to Anjaneya. After the puja, everybody has taken the vadai away, you don't have even one left. Are you happy or unhappy? You feel so happy that the puja you did, people have taken and enjoyed. You didn't even get further karvepalai in that vada, but you are still happy. That is called Ishvara Prasada. Whatever comes out of my action, I am open to accept whatever comes with a certain openness, with a certain objectivity. So, Karma Yoga level 1, Karma Yoga level 2. Then I go to Upasana. Ishvara Upasana level 1, Ishvara Upasana level 2. Ishvara Upasana level 1, Ishvara is another person living somewhere far away from me, and I am in love with that person. I imagine, I listen to stories of his, and I pray to him, I talk to him, I sing for him. It gives me a certain resolution inside. So I go to the 4th level now. I discover that the Ishvara that I am looking for all around me, and come to the conclusion that Ishvara was nowhere. I put a line after NOW. The Ishvara that is nowhere is now here. I see Ishvara's presence in the events and in the way my life unfolds. So it's a maturing process. And when I am at that level 5, and when the teacher tells me Tat Tvam Asi, it falls in place. The simple example is, all of you in school, we have done BODMAS. Left side is equal to right side. It is called an equation because they are equal. If it were not an equation, they would have put equal to and put a cross sign. There is only an apparent difference. And if you unfold the apparent difference using a certain formula, you will discover left side and right side are the same, QED. So using this process, They say the world which limits you, which makes you feel small, is actually not small. If you learn to look at yourself properly, you will see that you are even bigger than the world and you can accommodate the world. You can accommodate anything that happens. The wholeness. You are tatutvam. That wholeness that you are looking for, that happy self that you are looking for, you already. But do we have to wait for all these 4 levels before you discover the happy person? In that case, some people will say, sir, I am already 80. Again, the problem will start. I wish I had heard this talk of yours then about 40 years ago. At that time, I did not also know all this. So all of us will go. So there's a small change all of us can bring so that it starts working today. Not today, now. For that, change the script here. Rewrite the script here. When someone says, how are you? And the answer is Anandam. I am Anandam. Do you have problems? There are issues which need my attention. Run the script here. Don't talk like this to people outside. Imagine that all of us are much older here. That's not a problem. So imagine, suddenly, somebody is looking for a groom and the bride's people come and say, how are you? You say, Ananda Swarupa, you will never get married. No chance of getting married. And even at 70, suppose you speak, I am Ananda Swarupa, and if your father-in-law were alive, he'd say, yo, why did I get my daughter married to this fellow? So this is an inner dialogue. How are you? Ananda. Do you have problems? I have issues. Problems have no solutions. Issues have solutions. I have issues. These issues, some of them can be readily solved. Some take time. Some have no answers at all. I have to grin and bear it. Solvable? Solvable in time. No solution. It's a reality. So it is called aligning myself with reality. I am Ananda. There will be issues. There are issues. And I can handle them. Can you handle them by yourself? Yeah. Now you come to one more, next level. You say, yes, many of them I can handle by myself. And for those which I find difficult to handle myself, I take the help of Ishvara. I pray. What do I pray? Give me the Atma Bala, give me the inner strength to handle my issues myself. You have to remember the Mahabharata and you have to remember the chariot very clearly. Krishna tells you, I will not fight for you. I will drive your chariot. Gaadi chalayenge. You have to do your business. So I pray to Ishvara, Krishna, be my chariot. So what is Krishna? How is Krishna going to be your chariot here? So there is a beautiful imagery, very beautiful it is there in Gita, it is there in the Upanishads. It is there in one of the Upanishads. Atmanam rathinam viddhi, shariram turatamevatu, buddhim tu sharatim viddhi, manah pragrahamevacha, indriyani hayanyahu. Okay, buddhi is your sarathi. Ishvara is available to you as your buddhi. Buddhi will function in two beautiful ways. Viveka, Vairagya. Viveka will tell you what is proper. Vairagya says that route is not okay. Take this route. And in other words, we call it conscience. We don't have conscience, manachachi, all that is not there. We have Viveka, Vairagya. In our buddhi, it works. Buddhim tu sarathim viddhi, manah pragrahamevacha. Mana, mind is your rein. Indriyani hayan ahuhu. Haya means horses. All your sense organs are like horses. Horses. Atma Indriya Mano Yuktam. Once they are all Yukta. You are a Yukta. You are a yogi. So my prayer to Ishvara is, may I conform to what is proper. Give me the strength. Give me the viveka to know what is proper. Give me the vairagya to move away from what is proper. I can today, now discover the happy person in me. Now. You want to achieve? No problem. Please go ahead, achieve. Definitely go and achieve. Because there is an achievement, because there is a guna there. There is a guna called, there are gunas. That's another subject altogether. There's something called Rajo Guna. Rajo Guna means I want to achieve. You make him sit and do meditation, he will make your meditation crazy. So if I have the drive to achieve, let me achieve. But while achieving, let me keep in mind that while achieving, let me not violate what is proper. Let me have the viveka not to violate what is proper. Become a rich man, but don't pay your taxes and don't do mischief. So let me have the inner strength. A life lived like this is called a Karma Yogi's life. And Karma Yoga gives me the maturity, the inner maturity and the inner growth. I become a grown-up person from inside. And what is the purpose? To discover myself, to discover who I am. It is like showing a mirror to you. Yes. So it's a self-discovery process. And the Vedic tradition in which we are fortunate enough to be born is huge. There are 7 layers there. Okay. And all of us should know, and we should definitely do something about it. At least talk about it. Then somebody talks ill about it, right? Somebody in the YouTube talks ill of you. At least put a comment there. While putting comment, don't end up in jail or something like that. People will wait for you. You can put something nice there. You can learn to live diplomatically. Learn the art of communicating diplomatically. There is a base, a foundation called Veda, the 4 Vedas. If you cannot chant them, hear them. If you can, and then there are organizations where people are being taught to chant Vedas. Please donate in cash to those people so that parampara can go on. There is a huge number of youngsters, hardly 8 years old. They know they don't make money out of this, yet they are committed. We need to support them. So there's a foundation of, it is called the Vaidika Parampara. We need to support that. If you support that parampara will support you. By how? By making you see yourself as a happy person. Ishvara will be available to you as Viveka Vairagya. So there is a foundation called Vedas. On top of that, you have a layer called Smriti Grantha, Bhagavad Gita. On top of that, there is one more layer. So Bhagavad Gita is like an undergraduate course. On top of that, you have a graduate course. It is called Shruti. It is your Upanishads. There are 10 major Upanishads. Each one is a beautiful story which helps you understand your soul. Top of that, high level how you defend these things in case you get into an argument. That is called Brahma Sutra. So 4 layers. Okay, then you have to keep you motivated when having challenges and things like that. You have Itihasa. Rama himself faced problem. Tum kis khet ki muli ho? Rama was, tomorrow he was supposed to take oath. Today they say go to the forest. How did he go? Happily. Okay, somebody said, so what is so? I said, somebody abducted his wife. He's a king. He could have decided, okay, you go and find somebody else. No, he walked all the way. He walked to bring her back. And what has happened is there is one narrative there which says, that he sent Sita away. He made her go through fire. Nalladala uttame. You take up something, this is called a buddhi, kuruk buddhi. Looks for fault. Somebody has a, see, you will go all the way to see Mona Lisa's smile. You will say, actually, it is not a smile. She had a stroke. It is a way to look at things. This is called, that nitpicking fellow who can never, see, he is not happy himself. He is not seeing happy or seeing others happy. This is another big problem. So, there is an Ityahata. Krishna, Karna says, I was abandoned as a child. This is what happened. He said, your story, look at my story. My mama was after me. And even now, when I am God, people call me Yadaya and people call me shepherd and want to imprison me. And Gandhari cursed me for the fault of her sons. So once even Bhagwan comes as avatar onto this earth, he will face problems. You and I will definitely face problems. If you have a nose, you will catch a cold. You have Puranas on the other side. All stories which motivate you. And then you have Prakarana Grantha, which helps you read focused study on certain areas. This is the entire mosaic of our Vedic tradition. And this tradition makes you a free person. And a free person is called a Mukta Purusha. Mukta Purusha, not hereafter, not in the next Janma. Somebody says, you come to the next Janma, I will give you moksha. I am not interested. I have to die to go there. I want freedom today. Can you give me? Veda says, yes. Come to me. How? With Shraddha. Come to me with Shraddha. Come to me regularly. Spend a length of time studying with me. Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. Come to me. I will make you see yourself as a whole being. This is a Veda Pramana Vakya which says, I will make you see. I challenge you. You come and prove me wrong. This is what Veda says. You prove me wrong. I will make you see that you are whole. You tell me I am not whole, I am HOLE, not WHOL. It's a Vedic statement. This is our tradition. And if you know you're free, can anyone rule you? Can anyone enslave you? Can anyone market the stuff that you won't want to buy? Can anyone make you feel inadequate? The rest of the world survives on making you feel inadequate. And our Bharatavarsha is the only country which goes and tells the world you are not inadequate. It is not that Indians are inadequate, others are adequate. Indians are adequate, universally. Tat Tvam Asi is from Lapland to Eskimo land to Antarctica. Go into Facebook and see Medha Brahmacharini Medha Michika. She is a Japanese. She went a 7-year course with Swami Dayanandji and she is teaching the Sanskrit to us. It's available, free, it's available. Go to Brazil. There is Swamini Gloria. She is teaching Vedanta. There's somebody in USA, I forgot his name. You should listen to him chant. Satyam Jnanam and Ancham Brahma, he chants. He chants Taittiriya Upanishad. This is a Vedic tradition. We are born into this. Fortunate human janma is rare. To be born into this tradition is even rare. And to have a guru who can explain all this to you is even rarer. We have to. So once you realize this is your punyam, are you happy or unhappy? Hey, I'm so fortunate to be born in this tradition. Which tells me that you already are happy. You don't have to think, do anything to be happy. To become happy, you are happy. What a tradition. We have to make a commitment to this tradition. Commitment to tradition is not armchair commitment. Okay? No reflection on anything. Not fortnightly meeting commitment, not annual commitment, not monthly meeting commitment. It's a daily commitment, morning, afternoon, night. It is called Sandhya Vandana. Every time Dawn and dusk meet, you do Vandanam. What is the Vandanam? I am fortunate to be born in this tradition. I will apply myself to this. What is that beautiful? Vedo nityam adhiyatam. I may apply my buddhi to Vedas. We should form small satsang groups, learn from each other. There are so many groups, there are so many people, good teachers. Our Manida is himself a wonderful teacher. Manida from Kolkata is such a senior person. He knows so much things. He's very quiet. Nidai Kudam, he's a full vessel. He will not talk unnecessarily, but he knows a lot of stuff. A lot of people there. So we should seek out satsanga. From my side, I run a satsanga every Monday. I run a Bhagavad Gita class in the evening. Every morning, I run a meditation session for 1 hour. This is the subject. I have no other subject. My only agenda is to teach this. I sing cinema songs, yes. Through cinema songs, I sing philosophy. छोटी सी ये जिंदगानी है 4 दिन की कहानी तेरी हाय रे 4 दिन. Only 4 days you have. 4 दिन में know that you are Atma. राह में राही मत रुक जाना. Don't get lost. ठोकर तो जब तक न खाएगा जिंदगी है चीज क्या नहीं जान पाएगा. रोता हुआ आया है रोता चला जाएगा. If you don't get knocks, you will be crying all the time. Rota hua. I do only this. I sing songs, but in each of these songs, I look for philosophy. आने वाला पल जाने वाला है हो सके तो इसमें जिंदगी मिला दो. If in that जाने वाला आने वाला पल के बीच, can you discover the happy person you are? Your life is made. No further janma for you. This is the beauty of our Vedic tradition. And when I spoke to Subbu last time, I said, this is what I'm going to do. In fact, for 3 days ago, I said, I forgot what subject it was. Then I looked into my diary, I was written somewhere. So my agenda, my personal agenda is to, I don't work for money, I don't work for fame, fortune, anything at all. My personal agenda, people should know this and carry it forward. Talk to your children, talk to the next generation. Talk to the next generation. India has got more danger from Hindus than from non-Hindus. There's more danger there. A fellow who says, very often I say, there are three types of people. One fellow will come and tell me, sir, all this is not practical, sir. This is the dangerous group. Who will tell, sir, we need, a secular atmosphere. Hey, I need secular. I'm fond of it. I don't want to go harm some. That doesn't mean I will forget my history. I must go read history. Anybody from Kerala, if he is not reading 1920 Mopala tragedy, you are blind. If you are from Mysore and you are not reading Srirangapatnam Tipu Sultan genocide, you are a fool. If you are going to allow people who went to the British Empire to say, don't give us independence. And it is not just Shravana Manana, it has also got to be shown in karma. Somebody asked me, are you a Hindu fundamentalist? I said, no. I am fundamentally a Hindu. I am a proud Hindu. I am a Bharata Varshavasi. Change your narrative. There's a song, Hum Hindustani. I changed it. Chodo kal ki baatein, kal ki baat purani. नए दौर में लिखेंगे मिलकर नई कहानी. हम भारतवासी, हम भारतवासी. राम की इस धरती को, गीता भी की भूमि को, सपनों से भी प्यारा भारतवर्ष बनाए. Change the narrative. See your happiness. See the happy self. It will shine through you. It will radiate through all the dwaras on your face. Nana chidra gatodara stitamaha deepa prabha bhaswaram. Jnanam yasya tu chakshura vikarna dvara bahispandate. So just like a pot which has holes and you put a shining lamp inside, it shines out through the holes. If you discover Atmani eva Atmana Tushtaha through your eyes, through your ears, through your nose, through your mouth, Atma Jnana will shine. And this is the privilege of every Sanatana Dharma Vaidika. Don't call yourself a Hindu. Call yourself a Vaidika. I come from the Vaidika Parampara. Change these narratives. I am not a Hindu. I am a Vaidika Parampara. I belong to the Vaidika Parampara. I don't refer to God anymore. Ishvara. And I have Ishta Devata Ishvara. So total Ishvara, and I have Ishta Devata. And we have plenty. It's a department store. You can have as many Ishvara, Ishta Devata as you want. Unni Krishna, Periya Krishna, Flute Vaskira Krishna, Giridhar Gopal. You name it, I will give you a brand equity. In a department store, we have and you look for outside. So no longer use the word I am a Hindu, say I am a Vaidika. Use the word, don't use the word God, say Ishvara. Ishta Devata. Don't say God bless, simply say Ishvara Anugraha. How are you? Ishvara Anugraha Anandoham. Make this your daily language. কেমন আছো? ঈশ্বর অনুগ্রহ আনন্দ. Change this. Fake it and you will make it. Change the narrative. And this is a big problem. When somebody passes away, RIP. We don't have RIP business. We don't rest in peace. So when you get a demise, write there, Om Shanti. May the person have, there is nothing called soul for us. May he gain Sadgati. Om Shanti. Ishvara Anugraha. Hey, wonderful. Congratulations. Ishvara Anugraha, Ishvara Prasad. Change the narrative. Make japa a daily work. Make a small Manasa Puja a daily work. Learn to look at yourself and tell, you are Ananda Swarupam, man. To look at yourself. Shut the door before that. People should not mistake you. Look at yourself and say, Ananda Swarupam pa, Aham Brahmasmi. Tell. See the effect. It works. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Sadgurubhyo Namaha. I'm happy I could share. I had not planned anything. I made some rough notes and what flowed, I shared with you. Thank you, Subramanian.
Thank you, Mohandas. It was a wonderful, thought-provoking, mind-blowing lecture as always. We need to now, it needs to set into us and put into practice over a period of time. Not that it's going to happen overnight. It'll take some time to, gel into us and get used to it. Now let's build what others have got to say. Ladies and gentlemen, open session. Kindly over the mic, unmute பண்ணிட்டு சொல்லுங்க please. மனிதா சொல்லுங்க.
மனிதா அவன் பலதான்.
Mic unmute பண்ணு. Mic.
মনিদা unmute. মনিদা আশীর্বাদ দিচ্ছেন.
বলছেন আমি জানি। Okay.
Anybody wants to ask questions or share something? Anybody wants to join my program, you're welcome. As following a certain tradition, I follow a certain tradition. We don't charge fees. My guru never asked me for fees. Our tradition, the guru never ever asks for fees. Guru never says, he is not even dependent upon your fees. So guru never asks for fees. But it is incumbent on the Shishya, on the student, to give the guru whatever is his capacity. So it's a very beautiful tradition. I don't ask. You give what you can. That's the kind of tradition we have come from. No insecurity for us. The Vedic Dharma, anybody can share. Yes. Yeah, madam.
Madam, சொல்லுங்க.
You are unmuted, yeah.
Madam.
Hello, இப்ப கேக்குறதா?
கேமரா போடுங்கம்மா.
As usual, excellent philosophical presentation.
கேமரா ஆன் பண்ணுங்க, உங்களை பார்க்கலாம்.
கேமரா தெரியலையே எனக்கு என்ன பண்ணணும்.
அங்க ஒரு ஆடியோ மைக் மாதிரி இருக்கும், பக்கத்துல கேமரா மாதிரி இருக்கும், அதை கிளிக் பண்ணல வந்தாலும் வந்துருச்சு
ஷார்ட்
பாருங்க.
வீடியோ இதுவா? இதுவா?
வந்துருச்சேன்.
சொல்லுங்க.
As usual, excellent philosophical presentation by Mohan sir. அவரோட ஸ்மைலிங் ஃபேஸ், அவர் எக்ஸ்பிரஷன் பண்றது சொல்றது எல்லாம் எனக்கு எப்பவும் ரொம்ப பிடிக்கும். எக்ஸலன்ட் ஸ்பீச். ஒன்ஸ் நாமே உணரணும். அவர் சொன்ன இது அதேதான். அந்த வேதிக் அத பெரியவா அதான் சொல்றா, வேதம் படிச்சவாளுக்கு வேதம் வளர்க்கணும், வேதம் படிக்காதவா அவளை ஆதரிங்கோன்னு. அது மாதிரி ரொம்ப நல்லா இருந்தது. ரொம்ப நாளைக்கு அப்புறம் அவரோட ஒவ்வொரு தடவை நான் மிஸ் பண்ணா கேட்பேன். இப்ப 2-3 வருஷமா வீக்கா வர முடியல. பட் எனிஹோ ஐ வில் கம். தேங்க்யூ. நமஸ்தே.
Meanwhile, Bhavana madam will be seen on Shankara TV in the seat Ramana Maharishi.
All your blessings and Periva's grace. You put that message sent you to in the screen. I'm always Sandhya Sangam and devotee of Tirupati Mandalam. Thank you, sir.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Hello, madam. Vijayalakshmi madam.
Good evening, sir.
Yes.
Good evening. Sir, after listening to your lecture, I have only very few things to say. I really felt Ananda while listening to you. But right now, I cannot say I am Ananda because I am not yet matured. I didn't get that maturity. But I am very sure after listening, I mean, if I am going to listen to more number of your satsangams, definitely I am going to say that I am Ananda.
Wow.
Thank you so much, sir. It was a very excellent, nice lecture. Thank you so much. Okay, only one request. Kindly give more satsangams to make us more Ananda.
Welcome. Monday 5:30. Monday 5:30 Gita lecture. Every day morning 6:30 satsangam. I can put it. I will give it to Subbu and he will spread out the link to everybody.
Okay,
anybody interested is welcome.
Sure. Thank you so much, sir.
Harish,
yeah.
Harish.
Good evening, Radhe Krishna. Good evening, sir.
Radhe Krishna. Radhe Krishna.
Very happy to be part of this program and very happy listening to you. And I also saw the happiness by which you delivered. And it was like a river flowing, right? The entire lecture, like I learned a lot how to deliver a speech. So thanks for that. To share a lot of insights gained from this show. And one is like they used to say you also people, right? Because they always live in the present, but we either think or anxiety about the future. So be a child, that gives one thing. Another thing you said is what to sow what, that acceptance, right? The acceptance is like that major positive emotion, right? If you don't have something which someone has, and if you're not able to accept it, you become jealous. But you accept it, you get inspired. So the acceptance is a thin line which makes a impact. Other thing you said, you have to do everything by choice. If you do some work by choice, we'll feel the sense of accomplishment. If you do by compulsion, you feel like it's relief, not like accomplishment, right? So it's choice. The other insight you told that was very nice. So these things like I wanted to like share, and thanks a lot, and looking forward to hear more from you. Thank you, sir.
And like what Harish started when he speak, all of us should cultivate one more thing. No good mornings, good nights. Always start with the Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Raja Shri Ram, or Radhe Krishna, Om Namah Shivaya. End of the day, Om Namah Shivaya. Let Ishvara Nama come more out of the system. The more Ishvara Nama, the more positive changes will happen around us.
Jeevilekha madam, are you?
நமஸ்காரம். ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமா இருந்தது. மேடம் சொன்ன மாதிரி அது கேட்டுன்னு இருக்கும்போது என் இன்னர் செல்ஃப்ல ஒரு ஆனந்தம் வந்தது பாருங்கோ, அது சொல்ல முடியாது. அவ்வளோ நல்லா இருந்தது. பகவத்கீதையோட அப்படியே ரசத்தையே பிழிஞ்சு ஒரு கப்புல கொடுத்துட்டேன் நீங்க. ரொம்ப சிம்பிளா அது ரொம்ப கேட்க ஆனந்தமா இருக்குது. இன்னும் கண்டினியூ ஆயிட்டே இருந்தா கேட்டுட்டே இருக்கலாம் போல இருந்தது. எனிஹவ் இப்ப டைம் நமக்கு இது, அதனால நீங்க அடிக்கடி இந்த மாதிரி இது கொடுத்தா நாங்கெல்லாம் கேட்கறதுக்கு ரொம்ப ரெடியா இருக்கோம். ரொம்ப சந்தோஷம், ரொம்ப தேங்க்ஸ், ரொம்ப நன்றி. Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Ram.
Oh, oh.
Kartikda, hello.
Ram Ram.
Ram Ram.
Mohan.
Kartik
It's
is my
always a
classmate.
pleasure having Mohan on the screen. Yeah. So, I mean, what I really liked about your talk, the entire thing was you not only said the problems we face, but you also gave wonderful solution at the end, which normally people don't do. So that was very nice of you. And I just want to, as a summing up of your entire thing, actually Japanese la rendu words irukku. One is called ukitamo, which is I accept. I accept things as it is. It is called ukitamo. And number 2 is arigato. Thank you. Thank you for everything God has given me. So the Japanese, the whole country, they follow these 2 words, ukitamo and arigato. So I thought your speech, it only revolved around these 2 words, ukitamo and arigato.
Ishwara Anugraha, Ishwara Prasad.
So thank you, Mohan. As everybody said, it's always a pleasure listening to you. So, Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram. Have a friend.
Yes, Vijayashri madam. Vijayashri madam, hand raised will come.
Unmute. Unmute. Please unmute.
Yes. A great pleasure listening to you. And you handled it so brilliantly. I mean, it was like a flow from the beginning till the end. And very inspiring, insightful. I just want to know whether contentment and happiness both are same.
Okay, it's a very, very valid question. When they say contentment, that means I am no longer, it is like, let's take an example in contentment and happiness. You are singing. And when you finish singing, there is an applause. So between one song and the other song, there is a small gap. There you feel perfectly okay. That is contentment. See, in music we have as the swara, sa, pa, sa. It is called the sthai swara. So this sthai swara is like, I am not okay. I am not okay. On this sthai swara, then you put a raga. Raga means desire. When the raga is fulfilled, there is a lot of clap. When there is a clap, this I am not okay is silent for some time. Okay. But once the applause dies down, do-do-doing will start. That do-do-doing will go, then you know I am Ananda. Then do-do-doing won't work. So contentment is somewhere there. Whereas happiness, I am Ananda Swarupam. I can also accommodate. See, we have to understand, I am okay being not okay once in a while. There's no big deal.
Okay.
I have some problem today. It's okay. Perfectly okay. Everything is so what? It's an amazing
Beautiful
thing. Om Namah Shivaya.
Thank you, sir. Beautiful.
One of the greatest disciples of Mohan, the Sanjay Agarwal. Something.
Yes, Manida.
Yeah, I will recite a small song, Malayalam.
Oh.
ആധികളും വ്യാധികളും അകറ്റിടും അയ്യപ്പന്റെ ആശീർവാദം വഴിനീളെ ഒഴുകുന്നതാണ്. We are not seeing that. The biggest Ashirvad is what? He has given you Buddhi. Make use of it. That is the only thing. I am so grateful to Mohanji for today's exposition. It is very good of you. I want to hear you more and more. Thank you very much.
Manida is like from Kolkata days. We all call him Dada. He is elder brother to us. And he says Mohan Ji. I'm honored.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else?
Hello, Uncle. Hello, everyone. This is Sandhya here. Thank you so much for the wonderful session. And it's like when the Brahman comes and speak itself. So we are just speechless, nothing to say. But we are really into a happiest zone and content. Definitely. Thank you so much for everything.
Om Namah Shivaya.
All right, we move in the final segment of summarizing the talk and presenting word of thanks. Mr. R. Subramanian will do the honors. Subramanian, sir, please go ahead.
Ellarku namaskaram. This has been a happy evening for all of us, and we don't live in happiness. We hope to live in happiness in future. That is very true, which many of us did not realize. Probably we got an opportunity to do some soul searching and understand ourselves. That is the real state of affairs we are living in. And as it started with, it all requires God's grace. And Madam Shailaja Ramchandran started the whole evening by Amba Karunai Purivai, Jagadamba Karunai Purivai. All of our efforts, we said that it needs the Ishvara Kripa as well as we went ahead. And we have been introduced you have been introduced to us many times in the past. And every time we look forward to listen to you because it is a different facet of the philosophy or the way of life or Purana, whatever it is, which you throw a lot of light. And whenever you are on the screen, most of us make it a point to be there, sitting before the screen at 5:30. That has been the magnetic personality you have developed over years. I have no hesitation in telling that to you, sir. And you said the whole thought process is nobody is generally happy. Everybody says chalta hai, and what is going on is pulling on, point irukku. Idhathaan solrom. We feel our happiness is incumbent upon something. And we know, you talked about the way in which various cultures do treat. The Americans always tell the children, whenever they don't do anything, do something, do something, do something, keep telling them so that they keep themselves busy and they look forward to some sort of achievement, and they feel that achievement gives the happiness. The moment you live a few hundreds of thousands of seconds or even millions of seconds, you get back to your normalcy and you look for something more, which was brought by you. And you went through the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and as it is taught in the management school to the people who go inside the school to start with, always one want, when it gets satisfied, it gives room to something else, and you keep on moving all the time. The race is on all the time. The richest of the rich guys is still in the race. The poorest of the poor guys is still in the race. Maybe the level in which they are running the race could be totally different. And you said, இருக்கும் இடத்தை விட்டு எங்கவே இல்லாத இடம் தேடி எங்கெங்கோ அலைகின்றார் ஞானத்தங்கமே அவர் ஏதும் அறியாரடி ஞானத்தங்கமே நீங்க கோட் பண்ணினல் நீங்க. What is required is we forget about what is there. அதுல தமிழ்ல சொல்லுவா ஒக்கல்ல பிள்ளைய வச்சுன்னு ஊரெல்லாம் தேடுறதுன்னு. Sometimes the mothers are so busy that they keep the இடுப்புல குழந்தைய வச்சுன்னு எங்கெங்கன்னு தேடுவாம்பரா. That we are in that situation perpetually. And you said we lose something and we search it elsewhere. கும்பகோணம் மகாமா குளத்துல மோதிரத்தை தொலைச்சுட்டு பக்கத்து குளத்துல ஒத்துரு இல்லைன்னு போய் தேடினா எப்படி கிடைக்காதோ அந்த மாதிரி கிடைக்காதுன்னு சொன்னேன். And you said we make our happiness incumbent upon something. It could be a job, it could be some sort of a material achievement, but immediately things do turn to be sooner than later, you want more things, the happiness turns into sadness. That is the way of life, what we have been experiencing. You took the example of sugar cube. It doesn't realize that itself is sweet, but it looks for where the sweetness is. That is true. I mean, all these facts one comes to know when one listens to lectures like yours. We count on objects, events, people, money, possessions. We keep all of them give happiness. You group them as Vishayananda and Priya, Moda, Pramoda. Ninga the group panni Alaha Chonnel Ninga. And of course, all these things, Sugadukka Misratvam, Misritatvam, Atriptikaram, Vandikaram, Moonu Chonnel. And how do you get into samsara? It was very lucidly explained by you. And why am I not happy? Your lecture was giving as a traditional Hindu way of teaching, slowly walking us through the whole process rather than jumping around. I mean, that has been your style of presenting, which you have observed in the past as well. And Vedic path says you go to the heaven. We reserve. That it means we forego things so that there is happiness waiting for us. But what is really possible is achieving happiness right here. And any change is finite. You explain very well. Ajnana to jnana, how we should move, you explain. And jnana chakshu is inside to you. And you explained what is Tattvamasi, happiness is within you. And I want money not to be happy, but to do paropahara and help others. That is how you should look at things, you said. Take an insightful look is the very clear message that has been given. Problems you have, someone is not well, there are always types of problems. You don't have money, and all these happiness turned into unhappiness in a split of a second. When somebody reports a mango, which is ripened mango, has fallen into the windshield of your new car, your happiness of possessing the new car goes away. Well explained. And you explained Vishayananda should be Atma Ananda. I mean, some of the terms are we hear, probably many of us will have to do some research to understand. One cannot be a Jivan without Ananda is the message we got. Vedic tradition teaches us when happiness is inside, no one can make you, nothing outside you can really make you happy because it is within you. That has been the message all through. And you explain the Karma Yoga, the level 2s, and Ishvara Upasana, and Ishvara is in me, the strong belief you should have, you said, and accept everything as Ishvara Prasada. Issues are really, readily solved, but some takes time, some takes more time, some are not solvable at all. What cannot be cured should be endured. Message was given very clear. Buddhi is your Sarati. You explained very well. Viveka, Vairagya, and Veda house, it gives the view. You went through the stages where we go to the undergraduate level by reading Gita, move up to graduate level by Upanishads, and PhD by Brahma Sutra. Ithihasam, Puranam, Prakarana Grantangal, eppadi help pannadhu chonned. Nitpicking fellows, yes, always find something wrong. They look only at the negative things in life. Don't keep the company of such people because they always perpetually make you happy. Satsangatve nisangatvam. Keep company of good people so that you also eventually turn to be a good guy. And Mukta Purusha is what you taught. Can anyone make you feel inadequate? No. It is what you are. And it is you who can make you inadequate and not others. Because the whole thing lies in you. And you strongly advocated dhyana and doing sandhyavandanam, some sort of a regimentation so that you are able to achieve happiness. Bharadiyar avaroda katturayila solva mari, some of the things can never be explained to people. But திதிப்பு எப்படி இருக்குன்னு திதிப்பு தெரியாதவனுக்கு கேட்டா சொல்லித்தர முடியாது. அவர் கிளியரா எழுதுறார். நீ போய் அதை அனுபவிச்சாலே ஒழிய அதனுடைய இன்பம் என்னன்னு தெரியாது, ஓரளவுக்கு மேல விளக்கவும் முடியாதுன்னு அவர் எழுதியிருக்கார். நீங்க சோடோ கல்கி பாத்தே சொன்னேன் நீங்க சனாதன தர்ம வைதிகாவா இருக்கணும் and you call yourself a Vaidika and you will feel happiness னு சொன்னேன் நீங்க. I think we enjoyed your talk. It is not just a talk that made it enjoyable just to listen to you and appreciate it. It has gone, at least not fully, quite a lot of it into our psyche so that we realize the happiness within us rather than wasting our time searching for that and postponing that happiness stays elsewhere and we will get it in future and sacrificing the present and stupidly spending our time. It is here, it is right here, it is up to you to achieve, and when you start making efforts, God will help you and support you all the way. That is the message we got. We really enjoy listening to you, sir, and you gave talks on, once you talked about the cheatings that go on, the favorite subject of Subodha over here. He keeps us educating here how the scams do take place and how we carried away. You talked a lot about Mahabharata once. You talked about a lot of philosophy, and we look forward the other talks. And some of us who are more interested would benefit by joining your classes. We appreciate your time. We are grateful for your time, and we look forward to more lectures by you in future. And what we can do now is say a big thank you to you, sir. Bye.
Thank you, Subramanian sir, for the wonderful submission as always. Thank you, Mohandas, for a valuable time. Thank you, Gauri madam, for the wonderful introduction. Thank you, Shalija, for the wonderful prayer. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining the show. The recording will be uploaded to YouTube sometime tomorrow. Kindly share the link as widely as possible. And that's a wrap up all of us over here. Until we meet next, here's wishing you all goodbye, good night, and Shubh Ratri.